Hi everyone. The title of my short video is What is API gravity? The next few minutes I will discuss several points about API gravity. Contents of my presentation are origins of API gravity, API gravity and water, API gravity and crude oil, API determination in lab, standard methods for API test, and API and cargo calculations. Origins of API gravity. API stands for American Petroleum Institute. Originally Bombay, developed in France in 1768, was used for density measurements. Bombay was accepted by U.S. National Bureau of Standards in 1916. After encountering a series of errors and variation, API improved and adopted it in 1921. API is widely used for crude oil and its products. API is an inverse method to determine weight of petroleum liquids compared to water. API gravity and water. API gravity has no dimension. API gravity of water is 10. If API of an oil is more than 10, it will float in water because it is lighter than water. If API of an oil is less than 10, it will sink in water because it is heavier than water. API gravity and crude oil. Majority of crude oils fall in API range of 15 to 45. Higher API indicates lighter crude oil. Lower API indicates heavier crude oil. Lighter crude oils are more valuable because they yield higher value, lighter products. API increases with increasing temperature, while API decreases with decreasing temperature. API gravity and crude oil classification. Like sulfur content, API is also used for crude oil classification. Crude oils are classified into 4 groups: extra heavy, heavy, medium, and light. All crude oils with API gravity less than 10 are classified as extra heavy, and all those with API from 10 to 22.3 are heavy, and those with 22.3 to 31.1 are classified as medium, and all crude oils with API gravity more than 31.1 are classified as light crude oil. API famous benchmark crude oil: WTI API 39.6, Brent 38, Dubai 31. Generally, higher the API, higher the price of crude oil. These are some calculations where API use. This is calculation for API gravity. Barrels of crude oil per metric ton. This is the formula. And specific gravity is 60 conversion. This is the formula. API versus specific gravity. This chart shows relationship between API gravity and specific gravity. As API decreases from 70 to 20, specific gravity increases from 0.7 to 0.9 or beyond. And if you take example, for example, API is 60, the specific gravity is 7389, which is somewhere here. But if you look at an API which is lower than 60, which is 40, for example, the specific gravity is 0.8251, which is here. API measurement in laboratory. API can be measured by using API hydrometer. Hydrometers directly read API value. Temperature is also recorded. API reading is corrected to 60F by means of standard tables. This is API testing of oil sampling lab. This is hydrometer stem. Reading of the oil is taken from here. This is a glass cylinder which contains oil sample. This stem of this hydrometer is marked with scale. Oil liquid. This hydrometer contains air, and the bottom is contains weight to keep it straight floating. Standard methods for API test. Test method, parameter, material, and apparatus used. HTMB287 is for API gravity, and it can be used for petroleum and its products, and the method uses a hydrometer. HTMB1298, this can be used for API gravity, density, and RD, and it can be also used for petroleum and petroleum products, and this method also uses hydrometer. Both these methods are manual methods because these are manual hydrometers. Third one is STMD4052. This can be used for API gravity, density, and RD, and it can be used for many liquids or liquids. And the equipment uses digital density meter, a semi-automatic method. The fourth one is STMD5002. This can also be used for API gravity, density, and RD. for crude oils, and this also uses digital density meter. Use of API gravity in ship cargo calculations. API is widely used for cargo calculations of crude oils and its products as per STM tables, for example, US gallon at 60 F and balance 2 liters. US gallons and barrels per ton, metric ton per 1000 US gallons and per barrel, cubic meters per ton. If you found this video useful, like it, share it, and subscribe to receive new videos. Thank you for watching.